Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be commentating over our gameplay. I just dropped a nice little solos game. And you know the drill here. We're talking about what we're doing well, what mistakes we're making. And if we die, we spectate. And if we win, we win. So this is Redbay reacting to Redbay in a sense, but we're going to try to improve, okay? This gives me a chance too to rewind and do replay reviews. It's like a sports team, man. When you're watching pro teams, I gotta mute the game here. I gotta mute myself. When you're watching pro teams, football, baseball, basketball, whatever, they do VOD reviews, right? They break down gameplay reviews, okay? So that's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna break down a gameplay and see where I can improve. You actually learn a lot when you're not in the moment, when you step back and watch yourself. So that's exactly what we're gonna be doing right now. I actually had a viewer chow to go to the train. I asked them if I could go into the front of the train and then chow the train. They said yes. And by viewer chow, I mean I stream full-time on Kick. So if you want to give me a chow on Kick, pick my drop spot, come on over. Kick.com/Sgt Redbay. But in other news, let's jump into the game. Let's get after it. So I have to go to the train. This is solos. And you're gonna hear me talking in the game as well. But I land up here, I get a gun, beautiful. Let me turn this up here a little bit. We know they're on train because they grabbed the recon contract. We also just saw them fly in. So I'm clearing the front. I have high ground, I clear the back. I hear shots. Not the best shots, also not the worst. We do see red pings deeper by that whip, but I say, eh. What I'm actually doing is looking for a decent AR, a decent mid-long range to see if that whip starts pushing. I do have a grenade. I did get in this car. I think this car is going to drive up on me. And that's what I'm talking about right here in the game. All right, whoever picked train, that was a good call. That was a good call. So we're off to a good start. Ghost, we did it. Look, mission success. We're off to a great start. We see a sniper. I'm just kind of trolling here, to be completely honest. Like, I'm not taking this game too seriously right now. One thing though, if your goal is strictly to win, it's all about end game, okay? All the early game's kind of a setup phase. Now, if you're a aggressive kill racer, you're trying to get high kill wins, you're gonna have to go get involved. Okay. Right here, I'm a little bit more focused on getting set up, which is completely fine. Check and beat here, parachute. What? You hear that guy go, what? And you know, not bad out of me. I just chowed immediately because he saw me. He just saw me down there. I'm trying to reposition, so I just immediately go full throttle. I jump off the train and chow him as soon as I can. Wait, do we have the Redbay what emoji? Is there a guy in there? And at this point, we're hanging on the train. Great news, right? Great news. We're hanging on the train. There's a what emoji? Doing some recons, having a good time. We're having a good time. What? Yeah, Mr. D, thank you, bro. Mr. D's already got it. What? Did you hear him? I'm completely trolling, dude. Who's this Redbay guy trolling, bro? Success for the train, Ghost. Now can we get the dub? Action Inc. We set him to the what.com. Oh man. Train drop ends up being a success, right? Typically, train's gonna be chowed, and sometimes when you start getting into duos, trios, quads, you've got the hottest drop being trained depending on the flight path, right? So it can be a really good starter if you're going for kills as well. And I'm just making use of the time on the train. The recon contract there, as soon as it finishes or despawns, this contract right here on the train will respawn in I believe it's 60 seconds. A little John Express. Just a fun fact for you to help time that out. Because as you'll see up here, I'm trying to utilize my time. I actually jump off the train to that buy. And I grab a loadie and then I get back on the train. So you can try to be as efficient and effective as possible, right? By utilizing your time. And that's what we do here as well. That's what we do here. We see this guy in the heady. Beautiful. Get him one shot. I'm out of plates. So you got to be really strategic when you chow here. I'm looking for him. He never moves. I miss a lot of shots here. This is where I need to get into aim labs and just really fine tune that aim. Probably my biggest weakness as a Warzone player is just recoil management. And I think if I change some keybinds on my controller, I'd be a lot more comfortable. So I might work on that. I'm still shitting on him from over here. You see what I'm talking about? Like, I'm shooting everything but him right there. And that's terrible news. That's terrible news. Put some cover up. Why not? From over here. We're checking the heartbeat. You want to hit me with that PA, dumbass? I'm really upset there. Holy crap. Finish the recon. And here's what I was talking about just a minute ago. I'm trying to be efficient here. I see a guy there, actually. I'm just throwing bullets. Why not? I'm trying to be efficient here. So what I do here, I run to the front of the train, as you're about to see, because I need a loadie. I've got 11 grand, and I also need plates desperately. You need plates. You need plates, right? So I hit the muni, pull the knife out to run faster, and we're gonna go hit the buy, ladies and gentlemen. That's what he does. Gets the loadie. I'm just chucking that ahead because I gotta sprint and get back to this train, right? And if I went right here, I'm good, but I doubled back, got a self-revive, which is the right move, but I should have done that the first buy round. I didn't do the math, and now look, I gotta play catch up on this train, which is fine. It's just not as efficient. Between every game, spend the whole time shooting in the range. That's what I've always done 90% of the time. Okay, so I'm actually recording this live for those of you watching on YouTube, and Jinx is in chat. He makes a good point. When you're in between games, and instead of just sitting at the main menu, get in the firing range and just practice aim. Practice. You'd be surprised. A couple minutes between each match, if you're playing for a couple hours or all weekend, or, you know, as that adds up over a few sessions, over a few games, weeks, that's hours in the gun range of practicing your aim. And we're back on it. Listen, again, I'm just kind of doing the old recon strat. You gotta love it. Again, if you're just going for wins, it's all about end game performance. And you're gonna see as we roll into this end game, we put it on an absolute clinic. I happen to see this random guy, probably not top 250 base. I don't know what he's doing, bro. He's just. What's this guy doing out here, bro? That's what I'm saying, Redbay. He's just out there, bro. Anyone know? Oh, John, Mr. D's dropping the bomb at 9:25, bro. Respectfully. Wait, that's in 2 hours, right, Mr. D? While we're sitting here chilling, I want to tell you guys a little bit about me, and I'm actually going to call out, we actually just had a troll by the name of Chicken Nugget on Twitch. I'm going to say this PG since we're recording for a video. He says, F you fat F. How about you get out of the effing chair and get a girlfriend like a man? Just read my YouTube bio, and you're good to go, bro. Just read my YouTube bio and you are good to go, bro. That's all I gotta say, man. Don't you love the troll? And listen, honestly, like, give me some more. This is a safe space you can vent, and I want you all to get this off your chest. So if anybody wants to know what I'm talking about, just read my YouTube bio. I really do need to record YouTube videos. I probably should. Bunch of internet trolls out here, ladies and gentlemen. They just we call them keyboard warriors, okay? Might be a little easier after we call them keyboard warriors. This is actually the same guy that asked to 1v1 me earlier in the stream. And dude, honestly, I'm trying to be PG because you can't swear on YouTube. F1v1ing in the game. Hit me up on X, Twitter, Discord, any of it. Let me know what city and state you're in. I will travel with my RV. I will bring 2 pull-up bars. And let's 1v1 on the pull-up bar. I'm not, and you know what? This goes to anybody watching right now, live or on YouTube. Let me know your general area. I don't care if it's all the way out in California. I will travel across the country. I've got a truck and an RV. I will bring 2 pull-up bars. We'll set up a timer. We will do 5 pull-ups on the minute, every minute until failure. So every 60 seconds, you got to do 5 pull-ups. And I'll 1v1 you on the pull-up bar. Somebody's got to have ideas. Anybody want to 1v1 me on the pull-up bar? By all means, be my guest. Or you can continue to be a keyboard warrior and live your life scrolling Twitch, talking shit to people you don't even know. Honest to God, let me know. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. Okay. We're actually gonna rewind that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm over here. Watch this. All right. So let's get back to spectating. I'm going to Lodi. I will 1v1 you, chicken nugget. That's fine though. Take a look. Here's what happens. I see a red car. There's so many cars behind me. Bro gets ran over, ladies and gentlemen. So that was just terrible news for him. Great news for me, right? Great news for me. I ran him over. I fucking ran him over. I'm clipping that. Beautiful. He was trying to C4 me in the whip. So that's where trophies can be super essential. That's where trophies can be super essential. We did see a whip behind us when that guy jumped out. And then this heli, I don't know what he's doing. There's just people and vehicles everywhere. So what I'm doing here is going to this free loadout. I'm getting my 8 attached SMG. So I've got both 8 attached weapons. Is what we're doing here. No, he's not. Beautiful. And here's where things start getting interesting in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Here's where things start getting interesting. Another whip. This is not the whip I was talking about before. Everybody's rowing up there for endgame, bro. Yeah, everybody is indeed rowing up there. I'm just trying to let them know I'm here. You know what I mean? Just let them know. Where? I get shot, played up. Heartbeat says he's right in front of me. That's where I thought I saw him. Too far of a throw. He's still there. I'm gonna smoke and get in his face. Pretty good shots out of Redbay. And a little rude there, but you know what? He kind of deserved it. He kind of deserved it. He kind of deserved it. Does bring me a free UAV. Which is beautiful. I'm getting shot by this guy. Feels like a DM10 he's hitting me with. Look at him. Look at me. Good, decent movement. I'm not standing still. I get plated up. I pop this UAV. I say, let's get after it. I see him move to the right there. I throw that smoke as a bit of a diversion. You see him still looking at me with this UAV up, right? Now, if you notice, if you've been watching the last few videos, I've got bird's eye on now. There's so many ghosted people in solos. Bro. I'm running bird's eye. What a pussy. Yeah, I'm calling this guy names. Catch him out in the open. Get the knock. Oh my god. Terrible news on the full. He does self. Does get put down though. What is happening? Which is great news. Now I'm in the game. I'm yelling. Car. Are y'all stream sniping me? What are we talking about here? Yeah, I'm yelling what's happening right here because I heard another car and just everybody in the lobby sending this specific area. And there's nothing out here. So my only thoughts is people are trying to set up for endgame going up into those hills. And as you can see through all these fights, I have not had a chance to breathe. All right. Now I decide, let's look at our money. I've got $26,000. Great news. So I ping a buy. I say, you know what? Let's utilize this money while we can rotate to a buy. And that's exactly what we do here. Is there a guy up here? Bro. I do see that guy up here. So I'm going to smoke this off so he doesn't snipe me. Buy 3 UAVs, pop him. Advanced UAV. Boom. We see him on the UAV with 1 because bird's eye. I grab a PA. Why not? Throw it at him. Boom. He is sniping right there. Get some decent shots. I definitely could have gotten a knock if I was a little bit more accurate. While he's repositioning, I'm closing the distance. I'm pulling the aggro on him. He does get some shots. I've got him right on UAV. Easy, right? Played up. Using the UAV. He looks like the tree, which is crazy. But the good news is I put him down. Christ, dude. Ghosted motherfucker, dude. I got birds on. Listen to me. He was ghosted. He was ghosted. The good news is I find another UAV off his body. Looking at end zone here. So listen, we're looking at where people are. We're looking at where people are. A couple at airport. And I'm just rotating into position. There were only a couple end zone and so many people down south, right? So many people down south. I'm getting excited. This is my first decent game of this day, which is great news. Now, I'm not fighting top 250 players in this lobby, which I'm also not a top 250 player. So, very, very well, right? Now, I decided to grab this whip. There's pros and cons, especially in solos. I mean, any game mode. When you use a vehicle, decent players are going to know what vehicles spawn at what locations and what vehicles have been used and repositioned, such as the one I just put up here. So this vehicle on the minimap right here gives me away to any decent players, right? However, the good news is you see me positioning this vehicle, I can now use that as cover. Okay. And looking at this zone, we've got a wide open zone here, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, not wide open. There's some rocks, some hills, but when you look towards center zone here, there's not much cover. So there is some advantageous qualities of having the vehicle. And I'm just chilling. So this is kind of the lull until we get into the end game, if I recall correctly. But the other benefit of the vehicle, when you get into the vehicle, you can utilize that. It gives you a bit of a different POV. So you can kind of use it to look around some corners you would not otherwise see when you're just in normal person camera. What is it? First person, third person, whatever it is. I always mix up the two. You know what I'm talking about. But the vehicle can be good for clearing out areas as you're rotating in, as you're trying to look down a hill, anything like that, right? So at this point, I'm just trying to hold. I've got power position. I've got a great spot for the zone, and I'm playing more passively. We're going for end game here. Okay, if you're an aggressive player or if you're going for kills, go push. Right here, I'd go push. It's all about what your play style is. This game here, I'm trying to go for a win. Okay. I've dropped the kills, you know, I'm normally double digits. I've dropped the 20 bombs. I've dropped a few 30 plus bombs. My highest was 39, 37, 39. Was actually a solo quads game. I had a blessed lobby and threw the 40 bomb. I actually got third place. I definitely could have had 40. Haven't dropped a 40 yet. Haven't dropped a 40, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I'm not the best player in the world. I'm definitely better than the average. But I'm trying to be modest about that. I'm definitely not the best player. So while we're chilling here, end zone, I'm not just laying here doing absolutely nothing. I'm looking at my map. I'm looking for red pings of people shooting. I'm looking around. You saw me pinging the helicopter. I'm checking the heartbeat. Because more than likely, somebody's going to be rotating in behind me in that mountain. And spoiler alert, somebody does. This helicopter's being a weirdo. I don't know what this guy's talking about. So I'm just fragging him up. Let's get this heli out of here, right? Get this damaged. Why not? Only downside of that, you do have to conserve ammo, especially how many bullets you rip through with an AR. I'm down to 150 in reserves, which is plenty for a few fights. Solos, it's not that bad. If they push up on you, you can get their ammo. Pick my drop spot every game. And it's whoever says it first in chat when I say go. And what he's talking about there, and by he, I mean me. Sometimes we do that as a fun little challenge on stream. If you want to watch me on stream and pick where I drop, yeah, we do that sometimes. Why not? Again, we're just chilling. We're gathering as much intel as we can. We know where zone's pulling. We're checking heartbeat, nothing on it. We see in the top right, 21 people remaining. So not many. It's still a pretty big zone for only 20 people. Bro's talking about we're gonna be traveling and filming for those of you new around here and bringing our gaming setup with us. So if you're just a gamer, if that's why you're here, we're gonna be gaming around the country. We actually streamed Warzone from a lake on a mountain in Canada last fall, and it was a lot of fun. People loved it. It's a lot of fun. So we're gonna be doing more stuff like that with my RV, with the truck, with the mobile internet. It's gonna be fun, man. There's a lot of fun. But we're also going to be traveling, doing marathons, different races, filming all these adventures. So that's kind of what YouTube's going to be for, right? That's kind of what YouTube's going to be for. The live streams, We're looking to be partnered on kick. So now that zone's moving in. The reason I put that green ping there, ladies and gentlemen, is it's the edge of the zone. So I know where, if somebody's back there, where they have to row to. Make sure nobody's rowing in last second from up yonder. Look at that. Hey, buddy! Third party, terrible timing for Redbay here, right? I do plate up. Need one more plate on. Get clustered. Get the knock there. Know where the other guy is, so I rotate to some cover. The only risk here is my back towards storage is exposed a little bit. So I'm gonna rotate up as soon as I can. UAV, I did pop up, so we know exactly where this guy is. I'm gonna rotate to some high ground here. Sees where he went, just to the right of where I'm aiming there. Right there on that little heady, on that hill. Waiting for him to peek. He hears me sliding. He's got to, right? I see him again, miss some shots, reposition. I say, I'm just gonna chow this guy. Great shots, get some good headshots there. And just make sure to get the full before the self-revive. Reload as soon as we can. Get more plates as soon as we can. We only had one at that point. We get the play box.
There's a sniper now.
And I'm talking about he dropped a sniper. So he had a sniper.
Action, Hank, we hit him with the spank, didn't we?
And whatever that means, right? Hey, if you want to know, come to the stream. We talk about Mr. Action Hank all the time.
Sniped. You guys ready?
Now we're getting hot and heavy, right? Ooh, we're moving to the end game. Top 13 situation. Free loadouts do drop. And we're just once again looking for more intel.
Good play bridge. That's not a terrible spot.
What I'm talking about there is that bridge that I pinged. It's that green ping on the map. It's not a terrible spot because all that concrete coverage I see. So if we pull off this mountain, I'm looking, where can I rotate to next if I have to pull off this mountain, right? This guy we see flying in, so he just came from Googe. I hit a couple shots on him. He lands probably on his, I'm assuming his Lodi or his loot is down there. I'm checking my back as often as I can.
Triple check, our back's covered.
Exactly what I'm saying right now.
Oh, and here comes the train, bro.
Train's rowing in. So here's the thing too. If zone pulls off, we've got this train for cover. You got to be thinking about stuff like that. If we want to rotate, we can utilize that train's presence. We see a guy up there sniping. Top 10 situation. We're actually down to 8. Throw a thermite, throw a smoke. That way I can get off this heady. And I'm pushing. I'm aggressive on this guy. Nothing on beat. We hear him on the right. Not the best shots, but I correct and we get the job done.
Everywhere, bro.
Yeah, he's a rat. A lot of people rotating up to my spot. This is power spot. Great zone pulls. We know because the recons, but after this zone, it's kind of free for all. Kind of free for all, right? UAV right here would be great. I've got 30 grand. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. There's no buy for me to hit. Yeah, no cap.
UAV bad. Duffel. Hold on, we're locking. Hold on.
No cap for real on God. I keep checking B. I keep checking, seeing if somebody's rowing up.
Top 5 situation. The perfect zone pull, ladies and gentlemen. Holy.
Great zone pull. Great zone pull. I can stay here. I don't have to jump. We know that guy was bridge that flew in
there?
Using that blue marker, that blue circular marker to check direction. And we see where I got sniped from. Hitting every shot there clearly. Best aim in the game. Best POV, 100% shot rate. What I'm doing here is kind of panicking. Okay, listen. I throw a gun down, not where I should have.
Sniper still here?
That way I can grab homie sniper, which is a great move. But I should have put this gun off rip by the whip. The rip whip, off the rip. Don't you dip. But it's fine. I'm looking to snipe him, right? So I say, you know what? Let's keep the sniper there. I've got both my guns. We're good to go. Checking the beat still. Looking to get a snipe. I need to be checking my back here a little bit more often. Somebody could have been rowing up this whole time. And actually, you hear a whip now. Hold on. You see exactly where the whip is. And now you see him jump out. I could have had a knock there. I missed a couple shots again. I do a crazy wrap in the gas. He is going to hear me, but I have a gas mask. I think this guy's sweaty. I think I threw him off there. He should have killed me. But we get the job done. I make sure to get in zone before health knocks me. I do have a self-revive, but still. We put that guy down. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in a top 3 situation. Let's see what happens. I heard a guy. I see him on beat. I get no DPA'd. So since I know where this guy is on beat, We line up the beat. He's behind that hill. He's shooting that other guy. I know if I clear this guy, I'm good to go. I catch this guy rotating. Somehow he did not know I was there. And it's a 1v1 situation. Let's see what happens.
Come on, baby. And we're doing it in
And
style,
Red
but
Bay's
even
clean
stronger
for
live
it.
stream.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you see, please drop a like, subscribe on the channel. We're streaming every day on Kick, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.